So you guys have all had a few minutes to look at this wonderful picture, and what do you guys see?
A bridge.
Bridge.
Energy plant.
Energy plant.
Ugly.
A vacant field.
Well, vacant field, I think it's just starting to grow. But that's what this is. This is urban farming in New Delhi. And it's not quite the phenomenon it is here in the States. We might think of backyards, community gardens. This is a floodplain that's located within the middle of New Delhi, and as you can see, right across the street, a bunch of people live. And so that's what Food Miles is based on. And Food Miles is a collaboration between University of Minnesota students and students at Terry University, New Delhi. And we've come up with a unique idea to really take advantage of this space. And so what do we do? Food Miles will buy vegetables from the farmers in these fields, deliver them via cheap, affordable local transportation directly to consumers' kitchens. So that's a broad level overview. Now I'll go back to how we got to this idea. And so this is another picture of these fields. And on your right here is Martan. He's one of our team members from Terry University in New Delhi. And he and his colleagues spent time interviewing farmers, asking them what their needs are, what they think some of their problems are, kind of what their life looks like on a day-to-day basis. And one of the things that they went to talking about is kids, and this is kind of where the problem lies. Not that we don't like kids, but you might see this and think, oh, it's great, kids are helping in the garden, it's summer, they're doing work. It's probably 1 o'clock on a Wednesday, and these kids really should be in school. But because of the lack of income from farming and from selling their vegetables, and the inability to buy hired labor, the farmers, their kids end up working in the fields and not being able to go to school and take advantage of education. And so currently the farmers have a couple of options when selling their vegetables. And this is really an area that I highlighted as where we might be able to help them. And they have 2 options. They can take it to the Azad Par Mandi, which Raj Rodi talked about, and they can sell it there, which is nice because they can sell in one big transaction. They don't have to take on the risk of not being sure if they're going to sell the whole thing, but they don't get the best price for it. The other option for farmers is to sell at the daily street markets, and these are located various places around Delhi, but they're responsible for selling it. They have to sit there, and if they don't sell it, they take the loss. And the farmers are also responsible for transportation to and from the markets. And as you can see, this is where the farm or the floodplain is located within New Delhi. And you know, these farmers should really have an advantage in selling their vegetables because most of the produce sold in New Delhi comes from 3 to 4 days outside of New Delhi in big uncovered trucks, exposed to the heat and humidity, and as Raj Rodi pointed out, 40% of the vegetables rot. These vegetables, you know, they're being delivered the same day, but the farmers are getting paid the same thing that the vegetables coming from 3 to 4 days outside are. And so what we're looking to do is help the farmers out with that. And this is just a picture of that supply chain. It looks large and confusing, and that's because it is. No one understands it really well, not the farmers, not the sellers. And there's a whole lot of different paths one could take in there, and a lot of time, a lot of distance, a lot of hands touch it. This is what Food Miles is proposing, that we go from farmers to the customer. And so who is the consumer? This is Sudata. She's a vegetable consumer in New Delhi. She could be a variety of people, but like vegetable consumers here in the States, she's looking for a few things in regards to making vegetable purchases. That's cost, quality, convenience, and freshness. And these are all available in a variety of different arrangements and, you know, different sources. And these are some of the main ones where she can find her vegetables. And we've highlighted the most important 2 here for most consumers in Delhi, and that's convenience and price. And so the weekly street markets are down here in the bottom left corner, and they aren't very convenient because they only occur in like one place throughout the city, and the consumer has to travel to that certain location. By the time they get there, it might be sold out of vegetables. They might not have the vegetables they're looking for, but they're going to have the best price because it's the farmers coming and selling there. Retail chains are quite a bit more convenient because they're located throughout the city in little stores, but the quality of their vegetables isn't always the best, and they're priced quite a bit more because the vegetables that are sold at those retail chains are the ones that travel through that complex supply chain we showed you before. And the third option is street hawkers, and these are people who will travel through your neighborhoods selling their vegetables, but they don't offer a lot of choices, just whatever they have that day. And it might be very convenient or not very fresh. Sometimes they buy it at the street markets and get a good deal. Other times they buy it at the retail chains and then are marking it up to sell it. And so there's not a great mix, and that's where Food Miles comes in. We want to offer vegetables that have the ultimate convenience delivered to your kitchen, to your doorstep, at an affordable price. And so why do we win? Why would consumers want to purchase from us? And that's because we have a short supply chain of quality vegetables. We have it short in terms of distance. It only has to travel from that farm across the road in not 3 to 4 days. And it also doesn't have to go through many hands. It goes through the farmers to Food Miles to the customer instead of 5, 6, 7 middlemen that end up with 40% of vegetables rot. And it can come the same day. And that's really where the quality comes in. That the vegetables, they're going to be delivered the same day. They're going to be top quality. They're not going to get bruised. They're going to retain a lot of those nutritious qualities that fresh vegetables have. And so who will we serve? Who is up there? What kind of consumer is Sudata? And she's middle class. Either her or her husband or both are professional, and they live in concentrated areas. They have enough money where convenience is valued to them, but they don't have so much where they have a cook that goes and does the shopping for them. And so really, she's the type of person we're looking at, and we were looking to drive efficiencies by serving a lot of consumers like Sudata in a concentrated area. And so this is just kind of what our startup is proposed to look like. We're asking for around $10,000, and it would be to send a couple of University of Minnesota students over to the Summer Institute in New Delhi to help start up Food Miles, and we propose that we would need 10 weeks to really run our pilot. And we see a lot of opportunities for expansion, both within New Delhi. As you can see here again, here's the farm, here's the mandi. These are just a small sample of some of the apartment complexes where these people live, like Sudata, and they're located right across the street from the floodplain. And there's a variety more here, as well as there's much more if we filled in the map. And so we could expand to other locations like the ones we're in, variety of other places, hospitality industry, etc. in Delhi, as well as replicate this in other cities across India. This is a quick projection of our earnings. We project to be in the red for the first 6 months, and then break even in the 7th months, and make money beyond that. And so, once we start making money, what do we do with it? And that kind of comes back to what are we doing with our money? What's our social impact? And a lot of it comes from here. We're paying the farmers good prices in their fields, and they don't have to incur all those costs of transportation. But we're also giving money back to the farmers for selling to us, and we're giving money to the community of farmers that they can distribute as a whole to help them with certain things. If they need to, if they want to bring someone in to teach them more about agriculture, or if they want to send a group of kids to school. And then we're also going to incentivize our employees and our customers and reward them for being loyal. And so at this time, I'd like to ask for any questions.
Great.